Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hi, I'm Damaso. Welcome to the next podcast.
We hope you stay a while.
Today, we are joined by Briana. Briana, please tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Briana. I am a junior from JBS Law Magnus.
Since the very beginning, rumors of fact and fiction have circled around the topic of COVID-19. On today's episode, we will be clearing the air of myths and spreading the truth.
The way we'll be doing that is by having an activity which is called True or False. One of us, me, will be saying statements about COVID-19, and Chloe and the guest will be competing to see who knows if it's a myth or a fact. We will be counting points, and at the end, we'll see who the winner is.
All right, let's get into it. Brianna, give me your best game now, because I will be coming in strong.
Okay, I'll work my hardest.
All right, here's our first statement. The best way to protect against COVID-19 is by frequently cleaning hands and wearing a mask and social distancing.
I'm going to say that is true.
Yeah, I'll say true as well.
You're both correct. So that is 2 points, well, to each of you. 1 point to each of you. Our second statement is, you don't need the vaccine if you already have the virus.
I'm going to say that's false.
I'll say false as well.
That is correct. Both of you get 1 point. The third statement is, water or swimming does not spread COVID-19.
I'm going to say that is false.
False.
Brianna? That's actually a fact. So
Wow.
no point for either of you. Interestingly enough, it doesn't spread to the water, which is luckily for us. Our fourth statement is, antibiotics cannot treat or prevent COVID-19.
False.
I'm going to say true. I don't know why, but I'm just going to say true.
Brianna?
She's
false.
false. Damaso, she said false.
False. That is a fact. They
I knew
cannot treat it because antibiotics are for bacteria, not viruses. So it doesn't work on them. Statement 5. Only oldest people catch and spread COVID-19. So only the elders.
False.
I say false as well.
Because
That is
old
correct.
people, yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
because old people are just sensitive to it, are more, prone to get the virus. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. They're more prone, but they are not the only ones who can spread it.
Yes.
Our sixth statement is, people should not wear masks while exercising.
False.
False.
That's actually a fact.
Oh, for real?
People should not wear masks. No, wait. Yeah, it's a fact. People should not wear masks while exercising because a mask may reduce their ability to breathe properly, which is hard because when you're exercising, you need a lot of air, a lot of oxygen. Yeah. Our seventh statement is, most people who get COVID-19 get very sick or die.
False. Can't you be asymptomatic?
We'll see. Brianna, what is your
I'm
answer?
gonna say true. Most of the time, people do get
It
very
is
sick.
a myth. So Chloe gets a point. Most people who get COVID-19 have mild or moderate symptoms that can be recovered. Around 8 out of every 10 people with COVID-19 will have mild symptoms. So not everyone will actually have a very strong reaction.
I almost thought I
Actually,
got it wrong because it
I don't
says
think
most, and I was like, "Ooh, oh my God, the 2%." I was like, "Oh, it said most, it didn't say all." I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get it wrong," but then I was like,
A slip of the tongue, but a good one, I guess. Our eighth statement is, cold weather can kill COVID-19.
False.
False.
You are both correct. Cold weather and snow cannot kill COVID. The normal human body temperature roams around 36.5 Celsius to 37 degrees Celsius, regardless of the external temperature or weather. So it can. Our ninth statement is, when worn properly, the prolonged use of masks does not cause carbon dioxide intoxication or oxygen deficiency. So basically, you get enough air and you're not breathing in the bad stuff.
I'm saying
True.
true.
You're both correct. That is a fact. Make sure that it's white and it's very tight, so nothing gets in, but still let it be breathable. Our 10th statement is 5G mobile networks spread COVID-19.
False.
False.
This was kind of obvious, but yes, viruses cannot travel through radio waves. So this was kind of a obvious answer, but there are a lot of people who believe this, and it should be noted that this is completely false. There's no evidence, nothing. It's just lunatics. That might be a bit mean, but
Hey.
Chloe, would you take us to our next segment?
Yes. So, what did you think? Well, what did we think, and what did we think about how we did, and did we expect so many myths to exist? Personally, I am not surprised, because with anything, when it's publicized, a lot of lies come, a lot of rumors come, because not everyone knows the truth. And when you're kind of scared of something, everyone wants to find a reason for why it's happening. And I think I did pretty good. I used my knowledge from the news and everything I see on my phone and on TikTok, and all the lies that have been debunked before by the public. And yeah. How about you, Briana?
I should have done better. I don't know. There's some phrases that was just questioning. But there is most definitely more. People need to do more research in order to understand what's actually going on, instead of just hearing one thing and then being oh, that's the truth. I feel like there needs to be more information.
Yeah, early on the pandemic, I didn't really think there were so many. But now, after seeing the Wikipedia article about COVID-19 misinformation, I'm like, oh gosh, no. Oh, that's a worrying amount of myths. Our second question is, which myths did you not find believable?
Personally, for me, the myth that I found the most unbelievable is the 5G mobile networks. That to me is just how does that go hand in hand? It's just I don't see how people can make the connection. Mobile, virus, yep, they're connected, yep, that's how you get the virus. I was like, no, that is definitely not true.
For me, it was the 5G as well. It's it doesn't correlate in any way. It's just a funny thing that people believe this and are so cold-heartedly believe it, and they stand by it. It's just why?
Yeah, it's worrying. It's the same answer as before. It's very worrying. But I want to know, actually, this is a question for me. Which myth did you find the most believable?
Personally, I found the swimming myth believable. I really thought you could catch COVID by being in water, for example, swimming. When you go to a public pool and you're in water with other people and somebody has COVID, I'm pretty sure I thought you could catch COVID from that. That was the most believable one to me, I think. Yeah.
Honestly, I did too. I was like, wait a minute, you can't? Oh, I guess it's a lot safer.
Yeah, for me, it was so weird, because in my head, I always believe you just have to be close or be around someone in order to get it. And so just by water or swimming kind of was what? You can't?
But also, I think maybe the statement was referring to going to a pool and there's only a little bit of people, you're socially distancing yourself. But going in the water after someone, if someone had COVID and went in the water and then you go in the water after them, I feel you wouldn't catch, I guess you won't catch COVID because of the chlorine or something. Because it doesn't chlorine kill bacteria? I don't know.
I mean, it's a virus, not a bacteria.
Oh yeah.
That's why antibiotics don't work, remember? That was one of our questions. Well, that's right. But I want to know, actually, how many people do you think believe these myths? How many people?
A lot of people. This takes over social media for such a long time, and people are supporting it through many months. So it's crazy the amount of people can believe anything.
I really think a lot of people believe this because you'd be surprised to see people on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, just raving about this, about how they believe vaccines don't work, how they believe COVID is spread through 5G mobile networks. And it's just like, I don't know. I just don't like it because it's just like, it's making the general population scared. Like all that stuff, all that misinformation makes everyone worried and scared about what is true, what isn't true, quit lying to us, you know? And especially when someone comes out and they're going hard in for what they believe, like saying that 5G mobile networks spread COVID-19, and the CDC is just like, yeah, you have to do this. Sometimes people believe other people more than they'll believe like the government, you know?
I mean, sometimes I might not blame them, but with this, like, come on. Like, I didn't really think that many people believe it, but we did some research and we found like a study, and it revealed that in COVID-19's conspiracy theories, found that like 85% of US representatives on a sample of 3,019 individuals believed that at least one COVID-19 myth. So it was something. And maybe it wasn't like 5G towers spread, you know, the COVID virus, but it was something. And that's not a good sign. Hopefully it's gotten better since then, because this was in 2020, I think. So we'll see if, you know, we turn out okay. But other than that, our next question is, now that more people are getting vaccinated and Texas doesn't have a mask mandate anymore, do you think that we still need to follow the same COVID rules, like social distancing, wearing masks, etc.?
Personally, as me, because like, sometimes I think maybe, actually, you know what? I take that back. I was going to say individually, yes, I'm going to follow the COVID rules of socially distancing and wearing my mask. But actually, I think everybody should do it, because at this point, it's just like America cannot afford to take risks, especially Texas, because we're so big. And it's like when you're opening up to 100%, no people are wearing their masks and everyone's all by each other. That's just going to leave a breeding site for COVID, you know? And it's just like, personally, it's like, I personally will follow those rules because I have a brother to come home to. I have grandparents to come home to. And I don't want any of them to get sick, because like my little brother, he's like a couple months old, and my grandparents are older people. And so it's like, I cannot afford to get them sick, you know? But yeah. How about you, Briana?
I think it's like people should still follow the guidelines. Like, I've gone outside and I've seen like people like eating in restaurants and all these activities, like concerts are going on, and it's like no one's following these rules. And it's like, why? You're putting not only your life on risk, but you're putting everybody else's life on risk. And it's like, it's crazy how people can be like so self-involved in a way where they don't care about if they're impacting another person's health or affecting their lives in general, because in a matter of like, just by being in contact with someone that has COVID, their whole life is going to be impacted and changed in a matter of days or minutes. So it's like, it's crazy, but it's important that people still follow these guidelines.
Yeah,
also,
I believe so.
Sorry. I would like to agree with you, Brianna, because what you said about them being so self-involved, but also it's also like they don't care about themselves either, because they're willing to risk their lives to go maybe be exposed to COVID and not wear your mask and not be socially distancing for a concert, for some food. Like those are not good reasons to go out without your mask and to not follow the rules, you know?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna still follow them, because like I have parents, I have my sister. I don't want them getting freaking the virus. Just like I think we all kind of have that, especially like people who visit grandparents a lot or have older people in their house. But after that, our next question is, what are your plans after COVID-19? After you can do most of the stuff you used to, you aren't able to now, pretty safely.
For me personally,
Do you have anything you want to?
Like my plans after COVID would probably like meet friends and like be face to face, because that's something that I haven't done in like a full year or even more. So it's like I want to get that part of my life back and enjoy like my senior year in front of like my classmates. If COVID was like something that was like gone and everything was safe.
Personally, I feel like after COVID's over, which I'm hoping is sometime next year, I want to be able to go to school because I'm going to a new school. I'm going to Townview's Law Magnet next year, and so like I worked so hard, like ever since like 6th grade, I was determined to go into school because that's when I figured out I wanted to be a lawyer. And so I was like, I worked so hard, and then COVID came, and I'm like, I want to experience this in person. I don't want to have to be stuck behind a computer screen, you know? And it's like I had my 8th grade year, I had to experience it behind a computer screen, and so it's just like this next year, I do not want that to happen. I want to be able to go out and make new friends and socialize like how I used to. I'm a social butterfly, and so right now I feel like I am pent up because I have to constantly it's just we're distancing ourselves from each other. We can't really go out and see everybody, especially because a lot of people get exposed to COVID, and it's just like a whole lot of. And so I'm just ready for all this stuff to be over, and so I can go back to worrying about being a regular teenager, you know. But yeah,
I mean, kind of the same answer, because like I also applied to one of the schools next to yours, Townview SEM. I kind of don't want to do my first year there online, you know. I don't know if that's just me, but it doesn't seem like the best way to kind of enter school. And also, I mean, I already didn't get to freaking do 8th grade, you know, in person, so that's already a thing that I've lost. I mean, I don't know if it was much of a new experience, but hey, you know, it's something. But our final question is, what are some things that we've done before COVID, or all of this happened, that we probably won't be able to do after, like the same, or we won't be able to do at all?
I was thinking about this the other day when I was at the grocery store, and I was like, I don't know if I will ever be able to stand so close to people again and like just be comfortable with it, because it's like I'm so used to distancing myself from people. Like I'm not gonna go to like anything where we're like shoulder to shoulder to each other, because I'm just gonna be like, I'm imagining all the air you're breathing on my neck right now, and I'm just like, I do not know what's in your breath. Back up. And so yeah, I feel like I'm never gonna have to be able to go back to standing like shoulder to shoulder to people, especially strangers.
For me, something that I don't think I'll ever be able to go back will be probably back then. It was like a very like I shared like everything with people, and I was always trying to give people stuff, and now I feel like germs. I don't really think I can do this now. I don't want to be mean and not give someone that. At the same time, I don't want to get any germs or anything.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely like, just in general, I'm gonna be a lot more careful like about, you know, sickness and stuff, because like if this happens again, I kind of don't want to be the cause of it or one of the causes of it, because that'd be just a bad thing already, since you see how it's affected us just now. So yeah. But that concludes today's episode of The Nest. Thank you, Briana, for joining us, our lovely guest. Make sure to check out the resources in the description box to continue this conversation about COVID-19.
Subscribe and turn on our post notifications so you never miss when we upload. Make sure to tune in next time when we discuss the Eagle Scholar experience. And remember, if you're not going to speak up, how is the world supposed to know you exist? Bye!
Bye.